Oh, hey, welcome back to my Prog Rock show. I was just watching some classic British science fiction television, and it got me thinking, what is the first prog rock song? Stay tuned and find out. It was Saturday, November 23rd, 1963. The United States had been mourning the assassination of President John F. Kennedy that occurred in Dallas, Texas. Chart-topping songs at the time were Elvis Presley's Bossa Nova Baby, Sugar Shack by Jimmy Gilmer and the Fireballs, and a song called Deep Purple by Nino Tempo and April Stevens. On the other side of the Atlantic, Britain, also feeling America's pain, was gearing up for the first episode of a children's educational science fiction show called Doctor Who, a show in which I dabble a little bit. More than a little bit. What does this have to do with progressive rock? Doctor Who featured what I consider to be the first progressive rock song of all time. It all started when two teachers, Ian and Barbara, noticed the odd behavior of one of their students named Susan. The teachers follow Susan after school to a junkyard on Totter's Lane because that would be a normal thing for a teacher to do. They find Susan's grandfather and a police call box. Nothing is as it seems, as the police call box turns out to be a spaceship called the TARDIS, an acronym for Time and Relative Dimension in Space. Not only was the TARDIS larger on the inside than what is seen on the outside, but it could travel anywhere in time and space. Susan's grandfather turned out to be a larger-than-life character, an alien called the Doctor. Once inside the TARDIS, the adventure begins and still continues to this day. The origins of Doctor Who begins when Sidney Newman was brought into the British Broadcasting Corporation, or BBC, as the head of drama in 1962. A show was needed to fill in a time slot with lagging viewers on Saturday afternoons. As a lover of science fiction, Newman wanted a family-friendly science fiction show that could potentially educate children. After many ideas had been kicked around and rejected, it was decided the show would center around a 650-year-old time traveler named the Doctor, and the show was aptly named Doctor Who due to the mystery surrounding the main character. In fact, viewers weren't even sure if he was good or bad. Newman brought in 27-year-old Verity Lambert to produce the series. For the theme music, Verity originally approached French group Les Structures Sonores, who were known to play music on glass tubes, giving the sound an almost eerie effect. The group declined due to a busy schedule, so Lambert moved on to the BBC Radiophonic Workshop for the assignment. Australian composer Ron Grainer had been decided upon to write the theme. Grainer composed the music on a single sheet of paper, and it was now up to the BBC Radiophonic Workshop to bring the notes to life. The BBC Radiophonic Workshop had been in existence since 1958 as kind of an in-house sound effects library for BBC productions. Delia Derbyshire and Dick Mills were put on the task of orchestrating Grainer's composition. No musicians or orchestra was actually needed. The notes came from sound generators such as a wobulator and valve oscillator. These primitive synthesizers were very limited. Basically, it could generate a sound the user could manipulate by changing the frequency and modulation, or essentially wobble the note. Each individual note was recorded on quarter-inch tape and cut using a razor and then taped back together in order of Grainer's composition. This was a painstaking process, but the results were astounding. There, of course, is a lot more to the process that is beyond the scope of this video. The music appropriately sounded otherworldly and matched the Rorschach-like title sequence that introduced each episode. Grainer, not knowing exactly how it was going to be orchestrated, was very pleased with the final result. Being so far ahead of its time, the theme music would grab people's attention, and it certainly did. At first, it looked like the show wouldn't survive its initial 4 episodes. Despite the assassination of JFK, 4.4 million viewers tuned in for the first episode. The following week, the first episode was rebroadcast with the second episode to over 6 million viewers. What really put the show over the edge was the introduction of the Doctor's oldest and most deadly foes, the Daleks, and the BBC was ready to add more episodes to the original proposed 13 episodes. The show was a success, and the theme music was one of the many reasons why it caught on. Although I consider the Doctor Who theme to be the first progressive rock song, it is actually a type of music called musique concrète. Musique concrète was originated by Frenchman Pierre Schaeffer around 1948 in Paris. Essentially, it is taking a sound source and exploring it through electronic treatment or tape manipulation. The sound source could be anything. It could also occur by playing an instrument non-traditionally. This allows the sound to be completely subjective to the listener, meaning the listener interprets it any way they want. I could be a musique concrète star. Anyways, progressive rock has definitely explored musique concrète in various ways. In the case of the Doctor Who theme, the sound was sourced electronically and then spliced into a strange orchestration. This might be more tangible than the other methods used throughout the years. Speaking of progressive rock, I'd like to make more connections between the Doctor Who theme and prog rock. It mostly centers around Pink Floyd. Very early on, Pink Floyd had inserted the Doctor Who theme into their songs during their live shows. In the middle of the song Sheep from the Animals album, you can hear a similar bass line appropriated from the Doctor Who theme. You hear the theme more prevalently in the middle of the live version of One of These Days from the 1988 album Delicate Sound of Thunder. This is perhaps a stretch, but I have to mention Douglas Adams. Adams, as you may well know, was the author of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. He not only wrote a few episodes of Doctor Who, such as The Pirate Planet, City of Death, and The Unfinished Shada, but was script editor for Doctor Who during the 17th season in 1979. Adams had actually helped Pink Floyd decide on the name The Division Bell for their 1994 album The Division Bell, from the lyrics of the song High Hopes. Doctor Who's legacy has left an indelible mark on television pop culture. The show's original run lasted from 1963 to 1989 and had a TV movie in 1996. The series returned in 2005 and continues today, making it the longest-lasting science fiction television show of all time. So you might be asking, how does the show stay on for so long? Well, regeneration, of course. When the Doctor gets close to death, he, and now she, can regenerate all the cells in their body, giving them a different look and personality while maintaining the same memories and intellect. At this time, we are on the 13th Doctor, give or take a couple of doctors. The composition of the theme has stayed the same over all these years, but the orchestration has changed because of technological advancements. The subsequent versions may not have captured the haunting otherworldliness of the original, but the memorable theme always lets the viewer settle in for unknown destinations. Before I finish, I wanted to mention one of my favorite websites to buy progressive rock music. Doug Larson Imports specializes in mostly hard-to-find prog and psych CDs and vinyl albums. Not only are some of these albums very rare, but they are also very reasonably priced. One of my favorite features on this website is that you can explore albums by country, helping you not only find what you might be looking for, but discover other artists as well. Next time you are looking for a rare imported CD or vinyl album, check out Doug Larson Imports. Thanks again for watching my prog rock show. What is your favorite version of the Doctor Who theme? Let me know in the comments below. And since you asked, I think my favorite was from seasons 18 to 21, which ran from 1980 to 1984. If you have enjoyed what you have watched, then please give this video a like and subscribe. And if you don't like it, then you can certainly exercise your freedoms and give it a dislike. Thank you for watching.